let's simplify the top 5 best Town Hall 13 attack strategies after the June 2021 update, and let's teach you how to use all of them. What's going on, my friends? My name's Corrupt. The 5th best attack at Town Hall 13 is the Pekka Smash with the use of Super Wizards. This is an incredibly viable option, and you're going to be starting this attack off with the use of a Grand Warden Walk. This is going to be used to create one side of the funnel. Normally, in order to do this, you are going to use the Grand Warden and healers. Once he starts to take a significant amount of damage, I would start putting the healers in, maybe use a couple balloons to look for Seeking Air Mines, but you are going to create the funnel on one side. You're going to do the same thing on the other side with the use of the Barbarian King. That way you're able to work your way into a Multi-Inferno or a Scattershot. Now, if you do not have a high-level Grand Warden, I know some of you may not, then you could always just use a Queen Walk. This can provide a lot of support, though you will need to actively funnel her with something like a Baby Dragon, unlike a Grand Warden. Now, what you want to be able to do after you create the funnel is to start to work your way in. The reason that this attack is chosen on most bases is because of the Inferno modes. These 3 are going to be set to multi-Infernos, so they're going to be very easy to deal with. So while you're being able to scout the base, as you can see from here, being able to send in your Pekkas into the base, having an Ice Golem to tank, and having the Battle Blimp move through. You have sneaky goblins in that blimp, so you do want to use the Grand Warden ability to protect both these Super Wizards, the blimp, and the Pekkas. That way you're able to get rid of the Town Hall while you're pushing your way in. You've got sneaky goblins in that blimp, so you're able to take the Town Hall down with no problem. The best part about this attack is you're going to be moving your way across the base. So even though that there are multi-Infernos, you're able to move all the way across, breaking in your Barbarian King, and having the Royal Champ move in with all of your other units. You could even bring an invisibility spell if you wanted to protect a large amount of your troops from a multi-Inferno or from a single Inferno. This can really provide a lot of good support for your entire attack. And since you have that Royal Champion, she can go all the way through the back and side in case you did miss that with the use of the Pekkas and Super Wizards. The best part about this is that even if you're going up against a single Inferno, you can just use a free spell, especially if your Royal Champ goes up front. So you have a lot of options in terms of using this army, but being able to understand the fundamentals, and it's very, very simple why you would use this attack and what options you do have. Super Wizards are by far way better with the use of the Pekkas instead of using bowlers, since Super Wizards are just always going to be better than bowlers in every scenario. In the number 4 spot, we have the Zap Lavaloon. This is an incredibly strong attack. Normally, you are going to be looking for the enemy CC and enemy Queen, but you're going to be using the lightning spells on something like Scattershots, Expos, in order to get rid of a lot of different defenses. You're doing this for pathing purposes. Of course, you can use this on multi-Infernos, though the Scattershots are a bigger threat, so you do want to take care of them. Once you've been able to get rid of an area of the base with the use of the lightning, you can then go ahead and start using the heroes to start creating the funnel for the Lavaloon portion. Now this one is using the log launcher. You're moving all the way across the base and opening the core of the base. This is going to give you the most from your entire attack. So being able to create these 2 sides of the funnel in order to control where your heroes go for the Eagle Artillery and to make it a whole lot easier. Dealing with the enemy CC is also extremely easy when you do so, and you will be able to get a large amount of value. You can even have Ice Golems in that log launcher in order to start moving into the core. The main reason to why this is so effective in a lot of different scenarios is because of the fact that you are able to pretty much get into the core and cut out a large area of the base. Pretty much all of this area is going to be cut. Now, along with this, you can use the Royal Champion with an Ice Golem. The Ice Golem will soak up some shots, so that way you're able to start moving your way across. Of course, you can use a different siege machine like the Battle Blimp with a Yeti Bomb in order to get rid of something like a multi-Inferno, single Inferno, or even scatter shots. So you do want to think about those things in order to make sure that you're getting the most out of it, but a Battle Blimp can be chosen. Now in this case, being able to use the Royal Champ and her ability to get through a larger area of the base, while the Queen deals with the core, allows you to start the Lavaloon portion. Now in terms of the Lalo portion, you do want to look at it by having that first air defense be your point A and going over to your point B. Those are things that you do want to be very, very careful of as you move through. So being able to use a Grand Warden with a big group of your balloons as you start to work your way in for something like a multi-Inferno, and using the haste spells to get to defenses like the multi-Infernos, but mainly the Town Hall. So you can use a Rage spell and you can use Headhunters with the Grand Warden ability to protect them and the balloons, so you can get through both the Town Hall and through the enemy Royal Champion. Unfortunately though, you do have to be very careful of all your balloons dying off like that. You don't want them to go boom and just disintegrate. So you do want to make sure that you are using that Warden ability a little bit later on. That's one of my biggest tips that I can give to you. Another one is that you do want to make sure that you are using the minions right after a specific area of the Lalo is done, so you can quickly clean up so you're not getting a time fail. Overall, this is going to net you some really good triples if you are able to master the Lavaloon quite effectively, so you can become a better attacker with those 3 stars. In the number 3 spot, we have the Yeti Witch Attack Strategy. This is a very simple attack strategy to use. You're mainly going to start with the use of 8 Earthquake spells. 4 Earthquake spells are going to be used in a given area in order to open up a larger area of the base as an opening, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side to swiftly move through. You could also use this to activate the Town Hall. Now, if you enjoy the content that I do here on the channel, consider subscribing and ringing the bell so you can become a better attacker that can earn more 3 stars. Pretty much what you want to be able to do is start by creating the funnel on 2 different sides. This is going to be by using a Yeti and Witch on both the left and right sides of the base, so you can send in the rest of your Yetis, the Witches, Log Launcher, and your heroes, minus the Royal Champion, into the base. You're going to use the Royal Champion towards the side of the base, where there could be more defenses, and you could get some easier control for your Yetis and your Witches. Now, you don't have much spell support outside of a couple rage spells, so you do want to keep that in mind. If you are dealing with something like an E-Drag CC, an E-Drag mixed with a super minion, then just using a poison spell allows you to easily get rid of that, and you've got the use of the Grand Warden ability, so you can protect the Log Launcher and all your Yetis and Witches. Getting rid of the Town Hall is really, really important, and also having that Royal Champion move towards the side of the base while you start to work your way through is extremely important. Even though the Witches may die out very quickly, the Yetis really provide a lot of support. And here at Town Hall 13, Yetis are really strong. So you will want to be able to use them fairly consistently, and using them with the Witches can provide a lot of support and can get you all the way through the base with no real effort. This was a very quick attack, and it really goes to show how strong that this one can be. So if you do want to use something with the use of Witches at Town Hall 13, I would always recommend this one 9 times out of 10. The second best Town Hall 13 attack strategy to use is the Queen Charge Hybrid. In order to understand when to use this attack, normally you want to mostly look at where the CC is placed. Now, this base design, you can easily take advantage of this by just going in for this bottom area of the base. This will give you everything that you need pretty much to absolutely wreck it. Since you can easily take down the Town Hall and lure out the enemy CC, you've already created one side of the funnel. That way you can send in another group, mainly the Barbarian King and Siege Barrack, to create the other side of the funnel. you are usually going to use the rage spell early on when dealing with both the town hall and also going in for the enemy CC troops. This makes it a whole lot easier. You can see the rocket balloon, but it's not really going to get too far because of the queen, and being able to easily take down the enemy CC. No super wall breakers are really needed in something such as that. So you can start creating the other side of the funnel with the use of a barbarian king and the use of the siege barrack, pretty much cutting off this area of the base, making it so much easier for the rest of your attack. You can then go ahead and literally send in your miners and your hog riders, starting with your miners and then your hog riders with the Grand Warden to move in for something like the Single Inferno and Scattershot in this case. You also want to send the Royal Champion in with them to get the most from the hybrid. They synergize really well together. As you can see from here, being able to push through, having the wizards in order to help create the funnel along with the king, but you've pretty much got to use the warden ability, especially in the core, before you use those other heal spells. You want to be able to make sure that you're working all the way across the base and making it simple so you're able to continuously push through. You can also get very lucky by having healers move with your hybrid so they're able to move all the way through the base. You do want to make sure that you're using your heal spells though through areas of splash damage, which is the reason why you saw that commonly through the wizard towers, and then also being able to easily move through using the Royal Champ ability. Even if she does die, you've pretty much got a ton left, a ton of miners, a ton of hog riders that you can easily use to overkill the rest of the base, and that's why hybrid is one of the best attacks right now if you really want to use it and get some very consistent 3 stars and safe 3 stars that you can do in the clan war leagues especially. This is going to be one of the best armies you're going to want to use. And in the number 1 spot, we have the new Skybrid attack using the dragons and the dragon riders. Now this attack is really simple. The base identification for it is not really too much. It's just creating a funnel on 2 sides. You're going to use your Barbarian King and Archer Queen to create one side of the funnel, use an E-Drag on the other, and full send everything else that you've got so you can move through the base. Overall, that's how simple it is. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find a better base for you guys, but do bear in mind this does work against max level bases. Now, overall, what you're going to be starting off with is just creating the funnel. If you indeed unfortunately lure out the enemy CC, in this case it is an E-Drag, you can easily take care of it with the use of the dragons. So an E-Drag CC, Super Minion CC, realistically you won't need to worry about that too much. You can then go ahead and start sending in your dragons and dragon riders. Now you may have noticed the use of the clone spell. You can use that on balloons in order to have cloned balloons that you can have through most of the attack. Along with this does work very well versus both multis and single infernos, since you have a large amount of troops, both defensive targeting and all other buildings. You're going to use a rage spell early on, and you are going to use the clone and warden ability so you can protect everything. The battle blimp is going to be the one that goes in for the town hall, so you're able to get rid of it with the use of the balloons and the rage. As you're moving your way across, you do have the use of the heal spell to actively protect a lot of your dragons and dragon riders with the balloons, and you could also use the Royal Champion towards the back end of the base to provide a lot of support as you move your way down. That is the reason to why this is a really strong attack, and it is very, very quick too. So if you really want to use something with the new Dragon Riders, this is something that I would recommend. And the use of the clone spell with your balloons, dragons, dragon riders, etc., you can really get a lot of really nice value with the use of them for easy 3 stars. So right now is the best time to use the Dragon Riders, especially since they're brand new and you can easily earn 3 stars. Of the 5, what is your favorite attack strategy here? Let me know down in the comments below. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you can become a better attacker that can earn 3 stars, and also make sure to use code Corrupt in the Clash of Clans shop or any Supercell game, and I'll catch you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.